Welcome to the chemistry class, children. I hope all are safe. Bible verse says we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our step. Proverbs 16:9. 6th Standard ICSE Chapter 3. The name of this chapter is Matter. Children, this is the session 8 video. In our last video session, we have seen about general properties of liquids and gases. I hope you all remember what we have learned in our previous classes. I will just recap what we have learned in our previous classes. So under general properties of liquid, we have seen the properties of liquid like the intermolecular force for liquid will be weaker than solid, and liquid has no fixed shape and it takes the shape of the container. The second point we have seen is a liquid can be compressed only to small extent. A liquid can flow. A liquid expands or contracts more than solid. And then we have seen about few activities based on liquid. Then we have learned about general properties of gas. We know that gases will also flow. Liquid and gases are called fluids as they have the property to flow, and in gases the intermolecular space will be much larger, so the intermolecular force will be weaker in gases, and these gases will not have any fixed shape or volume. It will also takes the shape of container, and gases can be compressed to a larger extent. A gas can expand or contracts on being heated. Gases freely mix with one another. The example for this is perfume. So when we spray perfume, it will spread all over the places and it will mix with other air. The last point is a gas tends to move from one higher to lower pressure zone. So these are the things we have learned in our last video session. In today's class, we are going to see the last few topics in this chapter. In this video session, we will be learning about do molecules remain motionless in matter, Brownian movement, action of heat on matter, do all substance undergo the three kinds of changes on being heated. Children, we all know there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gases. And we also know that how the intermolecular spaces and forces will be there for solid, liquid and gases. So here in solid you can see the small balls, right? So these balls are called as molecules or particles. So here in solid they are closely packed, and in solid you can see that they are loosely packed, and in gas they are very much loosely packed and the molecules are very much far away from each other. The first topic we are going to learn is do molecules remain motionless in matter? So the answer is the molecules cannot be seen through microscope. So these molecules in solid, liquid and gases will not we will not be able to seen through our naked eyes, and also it is not seen through our microscope because they are very small. So the molecules of solid, so here you can see in solid they are held together and they keep vibrating, but they do not move far away. So here you can see they are just vibrating in solid. In case of liquid and gases, you can see they are held loosely, so they move from one to other. So when compared to solid, you can observe that liquid and gases are moving from one place to another as they are loosely packed. As the temperature rises, they move from one place to another. So when we give heat to liquid and gases and solid, in solid the molecules will be vibrating, in liquid and gases they will be moving from one place to another. So we can understand this concept with the term Brownian moment. So Brownian moment helps to believe that molecules are in motion. Children, you can just imagine that you are just entering into the dark room and you are just opening the window. So what happens when we open the window? The sunlight will passes through the window. So you can also observe that small dust particles will be there in the sunlight. So from where the sunlight get passed through, you can observe that there will be a small dust particles. This is said to be Brownian moment. So let me explain what is Brownian moment. A hair contains small dust which do not settle down easily. So this dust particle will not settle down easily. They are suspended in hair, and small particle will suspend in any state of matter like solid, liquid and gas. And this suspended solid will not dissolve or settles down. So here in this picture you can see the solid particles which is moving in liquid. And this concept was given by the British botanist in the year 1827. His name is Robert Brown. So he used pollen particles. Pollen particles means the pollen grains which we get from flowers. So using that pollen particles, he conducted the experiment. He observed that pollen particles make erratic movement. So when pollen grains are suspended in water, they collide with water molecule and move continuously in all direction. So here you can see the Brownian motion. So when pollen grains are poured into water, we can observe that there is a movement in pollen grains, and this is said to be Brownian moment. So the random movement of particles in a collide caused by collision between the particle is said to be Brownian motion. So similarly, motion is observed in liquid, gas, solid particles, and it is known as Brownian moment. So now you all understood what is Brownian moment. It is nothing but the movement of particles in solid, liquid and gas. The next topic we are going to discuss is action of heat on matter. So under that we have three subtopics. So when we heat a matter, matter means anything which has space and occupies mass. So when we heat it, it undergoes different changes. First one is it will undergo expansion, change in state, chemical change. So let us see very elaborately about each concepts. So matter expands on heating. So when we heat a matter, what happens is it will get expansion and it will behave differently. For example, when water is cooled below 4 degrees Celsius, it will expand, and thus ice occupies larger volume than it melts. So when we heat a water, what happens? It will get expanded and it occupies more space. So when compared to ice cubes, the water will occupy more space. So in the picture you can see how the molecules are arranged when heat is given to matter. The next point is change in state. So we all know what is change in state. So the example I have given here is water. So what happens when an ice cube is heated? It will be changed into liquid water, and when we further boil the water, it will be converted into water vapor. So from solid it is converted to liquid, and from liquid it is converted to gas. So this is said to be change in state. So solid heated, it gains energy and it vibrates vigorously to overcome intermolecular attraction and move far apart. Okay, you can see here it is the matter which is in the cold form. So here you can see the molecules are close together. So when it is heated, they are moving far apart from each other. As they are moving far apart, what happens is the expansion will takes place in solids. So when solid is heated, what happens? It will be converted into liquid. So when ice cube is heated, it will be converted into liquid, and this process is called as melting. Okay, so when solid is converted to liquid, the process is said to be melting, and the temperature at which solid melts is said to be melting point. So the temperature at which solid melts is called as melting point. So here you can see the melting point, boiling point and freezing point. Melting point means solid is converted into liquid. So here you can see the candle, solid is liquid converted into liquid wax. The next one is boiling of water. So here liquid is converted into gas, and this is said to be boiling, and the temperature at which the liquid is converted into vapor or gas is said to be boiling point, and this process conversion of liquid to gas is said to be vaporization or evaporation. The next one is freezing point. Freezing point means nothing but the liquid will be changed into solid on cooling. So when we cool ice creams, what happen? Liquid ice cream will be converted into solid form, and this is said to be freezing, and the temperature at which liquid is converted into solid is said to be freezing point. So from solid to liquid, the temperature will be, then it is said to be melting point, and liquid to gas, the temperature it is said to be boiling point, and liquid to solid, then it is said to be freezing point. So here you can see chocolates. We all love chocolates, right? So in solid the particles are on so here you can see it's chocolate is taken. So when it is heated, it will be converted into liquid. So the temperature at which it is converted is said to be melting point. Similarly, when we cool this chocolate, it will be converted into solid, and that temperature is said to be freezing point, and the process is called freezing. Next is sublimation. Before that, we should able to know about condensation. Condensation means, okay, so here you can see the liquid is converted into gases, right? So this process is called as boiling, and then you can see the gases on cooling, it is converted into liquid. So water on boiling, it is converted into vapor, and further on cooling, so here you can see the ice cube is given to this vapor. What happens? It is then converted into liquid, and this process is said to be condensation. So condensation means change from gas to liquid. It is just the opposite of evaporation or vaporization. Some of the examples for condensation is cold glass, hot day, etc. The next change in state is sublimation. Sublimation means solid to vapor without melting. Okay, so usually when we heat solid, what happens? It will be converted into liquid. So when it is directly converted into vapor, that is gaseous form, then it is said to be sublimation. The process is said to be sublimation. Some of the examples are dry ices. So you can see when you keep dry ices outside, you can see some gases formed. So it will not converted into liquid, but it will be directly converted into gas. So here you can see few examples for sublimation. One of the most important example is camphor. So what happens is when we heat it, it will be directly converted into gaseous form without moving into the liquid form. So when it is heated, it is directly converted into gaseous form, and this process is said to be sublimation. Another example is ammonium chloride, naphthalene, etc. The next point is, till now we have seen about expansion, change in state. Next thing we are going to see is chemical change. Before that, let me recall what we have learnt in change in state. So we have seen few process. First one we have seen is melting. Melting means solid to liquid. Then evaporation. Evaporation means liquid to gas. And the gaseous form to liquid, it is said to be condensation. And liquid to solid form, the process said to be freezing. I hope you all understood change in state. The next point we are going to learn is chemical change. The example for chemical change is burning of candle. We all use candles in a birthday, right? So we all seen how the candle will burn. So we can observe that when candle is burned, the wax will be melted. So what happens? There will be change in state. And also you can see that the wax melts and it will evaporates. So it also says that there is a change in state. The next point you can observe that the candle will burn and it will form soot. So it is converted from one form to another. So vapor catches fire and it is burned to form soot, carbon dioxide and water vapor. And this change is said to be chemical change. The solid wax weight less than the original wax of candle. So some wax will be burnt out and it will be converted into gaseous form. So the example burning of candle shows that all the three kinds of changes. Okay, so first one is change in state, because the solid form will be converted into liquid form. And then you can observe chemical change also, that is from gas. That is, it forms chemical change means it will form a new compound or new substance. So here the candle is burnt and it forms carbon dioxide and water vapor. And also you can see the chemical change. So the weight also you can observe that the weight of wax will be less than the original wax of the candle. The last topic we are going to discuss in this video session is, do all substances undergo the three kinds of changes on being heated? So what are the three kinds of changes we have seen is expansion, change in state, chemical change. So now we will have a question that whether all the three kinds will be applied to the substance when we heat it. The answer is yes. When we burn paper, we can observe that the paper solid is converted into gaseous, that is, it is converted into ashes, right? So what happens? There is a chemical change taken place, and you can also see from solid it is converted into gaseous form. So it shows that there is a change in state, and also you can see it expands. So when burning of paper, it shows all the three kind of changes on being heated. Children, in today's video session, we have seen, do molecules remain motionless in matter? Under that, we have seen about Brownian movement. Brownian movement means nothing but movement of particles in solid, liquid and gases, and it was given by the scientist Robert Brown. Then we have seen action of heat on matter. Under that, we have seen three points. First one is expansion, change in state, chemical change. So in change in state, we have seen about few processes like melting, evaporation or vaporization, freezing, sublimation and condensation. Then we have seen, do all substance undergo the three kinds of changes on being heated? So for this question, we have seen the example of burning of paper. So it shows that all the three kinds will taken place when a substance is heated. The assignment for this video session is, you have to learn the following questions. What happens when matter is heated? Define Brownian movement. What is mean by boiling and melting point? Children, I hope you all understood today's video session. You have to learn and write the following assignments. Meet you all in the next video session. Thank you for watching.